Hey, look at this. We getting comfy in our old
This
age.
one is. I don't know about yours, but this one, we just need the ones that kick back.
Oh, the recliner ones.
Yeah, the recliners.
That would have been actually cool. But you know what?
There ain't enough room for us.
We're still a poor company, so we have to build up to.
Well, we gotta have more room
recliners
because
more room.
Yeah.
Why do you need more room for? I can kick you under the table.
I'm fixing to kick you somewhere.
Hey,
wait be under the table.
But look at this. Look, they even got the food out here for us already. Look how pretty the food is. We're coming to you where, Jimmy? Where are we at?
We are.
It ain't the Potato Shack either.
It's not the Potato Shack. We are at Mama June's on Bemis Road. Oh, no, Perimeter Road. We got to get it out there on Bemis. Golly,
he wants to put it closer to his house, so we ain't got to do nothing but waddle home.
Just walk outside and be there.
Yeah, we're right here on Inner Perimeter Road.
Inner Perimeter.
So we're at Mama June's. Look at the desserts we got back here. Oh, my goodness. Let me tilt that up just a little bit. Look at that. Y'all need to come out here and get you some of this food and sit down and listen to us. And
wings, they got liver and onions and gravy.
Oh, that's
no,
right.
They don't have the gravy. They got the liver and onions.
The liver and onions, that's what I was going to have at home tonight. But we moved it to tomorrow night. So I couldn't have any of the liver and onions.
You can have it tonight and tomorrow night.
No, only one night a week is enough for that liver and onions. So anyway, let's just we've got our new setup. I think more things are
Most
coming.
of it. We still got a few things coming.
Yeah, we got a couple other things we're going to add to and fro. The big news with us is NBC 40 out of Tallahassee.
Yep. We told y'all Fox 49.
We told you Fox 49, but that's the way it was.
That was the complication.
Yeah,
well, not really a complication.
We went from Fox in Albany to Fox in Tallahassee, but then the complication was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers bought the slot that we had.
Another reason I don't like
them. So what we did is we talked with, they compromised with us and we compromised with them, and we're going to take, instead of a Sunday morning slot, which they took, we're actually going to take a Saturday morning slot.
Right before the football game
before the football games, tailgate. You'll be able to mornings from 9 to 10 on. You can stream it live through the NBC 40 app, or you can go to our website. That's at thearmchairsports.com.
Or you can watch it on Channel 40.
But
Saturday morning,
if you're tailgating, that would be great to pull it up on your little computers, and you can watch us there too.
You can do that then, because we're going to discuss the games. We're going to give our predictions.
And another thing is we Fox 40 also, I think it's Fox 40, maybe the CW down there, but they actually have most of the high school games in the Tallahassee area that they are actually broadcasting live.
And you said one of them will involve the Wintersville Classic.
Is the Wintersville Classic. It's going to be live on Channel 40 in Tallahassee. So we'll be at that game, and a couple of those others that are down there on TV 40. So
was there another one with Valdosta?
No, I don't know. I don't think there was only one with Valdosta, but I think you had Leon County, and you have a couple. Yeah, that was the Classic.
Okay.
But you do have Valdosta coming up in 2 weeks, the 13th. They're coming up. Camden's coming over here.
And Lounges is this Saturday at 5 o'clock at the Palace.
So what are the tickets running? Is it open to the public?
I believe it is open to the public.
Is it free, or is you just to watch?
Yeah. I don't think. No, you do have to have a ticket stub.
Okay.
So there will be admission. Again, Saturday, 5 o'clock at the Dome or at the Palace. We don't go to the Dome till 21st.
So that's Corky Kell, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So this Saturday, be there. But be prepared for some humidity.
Oh, it's good.
At 5 o'clock, y'all know how it is. Of course, we might get a shower at 4 o'clock.
That's what I was just going to say. Like today, we were bringing some of the set over here, and just as soon as we put it in the vehicle, it started raining on us in the truck.
That's why we don't have the whole setup yet.
Yeah. So, but hey, I tell you what, let's go ahead and let's thank Mama June's. Mm-hmm. Let's thank Chris. And let's thank Aiden. Aiden's with the
Georgia,
band, the
Georgia
Georgia
Bridgman.
Bridgman, and he's been last 2 weeks. He's had 2 days, and so he hasn't been here, but now he's here. He was doing 12 hours a day from what I heard, and barely could
Last
walk when he
week.
walked in the door.
Yeah.
So very proud that he was able to make it out again this week. And so we take our hats off to both of you. And Chris, what is the name of your website? Chris actually builds websites. And what is the name of your website?
That is shadowfox.design. 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 You can go on there and
Shadowfox.design.
yes.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
You know, the way he started off, I was wondering what kind of website he was
It
working
was like
on.
Shadow Fox.
He's trying to throw that little voice up in there.
That's all right. He's getting camera familiar. He wants to be on that.
He's going to be on it
He
before
wants to
long. We're
be
going
in
to
the
put
front.
one on them too.
No camera for me. Thanks, guys.
He has a face for radio, bro. Well, I have a belly for radio, so
I'm all radio.
Mama T's not with us this week. She's up in Columbus, so she'll be off at work. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start on sports.
Let's go.
Let's start out with high school. So the question is it okay for a high school senior to forego his senior year and declare for college?
Is it okay?
Just want to
I
know.
mean, it's legal.
What do you think?
I see both points of view. If Aiden was a 6'4", 250-pound linebacker and could go ahead and go to college and start on a name, image, likeness, and that's what this quarterback has done. He has flat out said he's enrolling early to go ahead and start making money. This name, image, likeness is going to screw sports up totally.
It's going to. You say it's going to screw sports up. You mean high school, college?
All of it. I mean, it's going to destroy it because look at this kid now. He's skipping his senior year, and he's going to Ohio State to go on and start making money instead of being there for. Now, as a teammate, I'd be ticked because if you're that good and we've got a good chance of winning state, you told us to go basically to hell with you.
Yeah.
And so we're out here now without you, and you're supposed to be a key member of the team. So on that point of view, I can understand if some of the kids resent him.
I can understand the resentment, but I also, me personally, and I had a discussion a couple of days ago with somebody, and I think that if you can take and get your GED in the 10th grade, so you have a high school diploma in the 10th grade, when you leave that school and you get a GED, you have your high school diploma. That's all that's required.
Yeah.
You may have to take a placement test to get in. You may have to do this. You may have to do that. You may have to go through the hoops to get into school or college that you want for that name, image, and likeness thing. But if you can do that and go into the military or go to a technical school or go to a 2-year college, why can't you take, and whenever you can pass that GED, I understand it's the experience and it's the maturity, and I understand all that. But I personally feel if a kid is in the 10th grade, he takes his GED, he gets his GED. Some colleges will or will not allow you in with a GED. You may have to take a placement test. So my thing is, if you can get in the 10th grade, go in the 10th grade.
Well, I like I said earlier, I understand both points of view. Now, again, if Aiden could profit off of it, and you're in a financial situation to where it benefits the family, I can understand it. Bryce Harper, he skipped his senior year of high school. It worked out for him. When you've got, I just don't know how this name, image, likeness is going to work out in the long run. I think it's going to cause a lot of complications. I don't like it, but I understand the kids that are wanting to get theirs.
Yeah, because can you imagine though? As smart as some of these kids are, they've never been able to have them 3 meals a day. Never been able. Their mom has never been able to put shoes on. Now, I'm not saying all of them, but some of
I
them.
know.
And it's a one family household. And so what they're doing is they're saying, I want to do this for my family. I know I can make money for my mom because she works hard every day.
But like I say,
Why not go ahead and do that?
But like I say, that's you looking at both things,
Right, right.
and as a teammate, to me, you're selfish because we're supposed to be in this together.
Mm-hmm.
But now you just left us high and dry, so you could go make some money.
It's,
So, but I also understand the athlete's point of view. I'd blow out my knee as a high school senior. I don't get that scholarship now.
I mean, and that just happened to somebody here at Lowndes, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
So
but we won't mention
we're
his
not
name
gonna, we're
yet,
not going to
'cause
mention
it's-
any names or anything like
but-
that. But that's my whole concern. But nobody has a problem with these kids leaving as juniors and going to play in the NFL or going to play in NBA.
But that's
or any
the
of that
NFL.
stuff.
That's their rules, though.
Well, that's
the NFL's rule. Because my question is, the NBA you can do one and done. NFL says no, you got to wait 3 years out of high school.
I think the NBA is 2.
No, it's one. No, the kids have to go to school, be out of school for 1 year.
Yeah, and they have to.
They go
enroll,
like 1 year at Florida, and then they can enroll for the draft.
Right. So my question is, the difference is the maturity level. I agree with that. I understand that.
Yeah.
So it's the maturity level, but I can't fault the kid for doing something that is his dream to do if he can pass those tests to get to where he's going. And you also got to understand that some of these kids are dually enrolled, which means they're going to school already.
And there's not much difference on some of it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So
except for the money part.
Right. They're going to
But
college already.
Now we're going to look at where does it stop?
No, where should it start? Where should the limits be?
Do we have a ninth grader that is already? We already have ninth graders being offered. I mean, Lane Kitten offered a 6th grade quarterback in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know if anybody knows where he's at.
I don't
today,
think he's going to pass the GED.
But
at that point, he might be able to,
it's the NIL has just brought on a lot of questions for the future.
And it does.
Where does it stop? What's to stop a 10th grader from saying, "Hey, I'm more mature than our 11th grader"?
Yeah, which is true.
So we'll see where it winds up. I think it's going to be more damaging in the long run.
And that's what a lot of people are saying. And is it going to make our kids any smarter? Which is the whole reason to go to college is to get a degree and make yourself smarter so you can earn.
Not for most of the athletes.
Yeah,
the athletes are signing. You got some saying, "Okay, I'm going to go here because it's a great engineering school."
Right.
But let's be real, 95% of them are going to try to go to the next level.
I mean, if you're playing any type of ball and you're not trying to go to the next level, you shouldn't be playing ball to begin with. If you're just there to get a degree, I understand that, but you should have ambitions to playing. That's the reason you're playing that sport, especially if you're a starter. You think you're good enough to go to that next level.
Well, all of them should think that.
They all should. That's what I'm saying.
But some of them are also realistic enough to know, hey, I can go. I can do this. I can go to Georgia, Florida State, Alabama, and I'm good. But I also know there's a future after that. And that's what, that's why I say some of them say, I like going here because they're known for tradesmen, engineering, Georgia Tech. That's why a lot of them go there, because they don't go to another school.
They can get the engineering degree.
Yeah. And that don't mean, it's bad. I mean, I'm sure they still want to play on. Myron Rowe knew he was wanting to be a doctor, and he succeeded in it. And he succeeded in it so good that a lot of the pro teams didn't offer him because they thought that's what he wanted to do. And he said, no, I want to play ball, but that's down the future.
I mean, I can see both sides of the argument, and I can see that it is, Pandora's box, as I've been told over and over again. Pandora's box has been opened. So what do you do now?
Well, the thing is,
I just think you need to come up with rules and regulations, and then everybody has to abide by them.
It'd be nice.
But you know what? People just don't abide by them.
No.
All right, let's talk some college football right now because we've already gone over the high school football.
Yep.
Oh, that was another thing I was going to say is the Tallahassee area. We'll be going down there and covering some of that stuff down there, and we'll be venturing down in Tallahassee. So we'll be bringing some of that Tallahassee football and kind of comparing. I'm kind of interested to see the Florida football versus the South Georgia football because I don't think there's anything that really compares to South Georgia football. But we'll
North Florida football
does it?
They've got some programs that can hang.
We played in Interlochen, which is just outside of Palatka. Now the Palatka Panthers used to be the great football team down there, and it was one of those things that nobody could beat them, state championships, but we were just on that edge. And then I think my brothers last year in school, they won the championship or went to the championship or something like that. So,
well, I mean, you've got to look no further than right across the state line at Madison County High School.
Well,
and they don't just play 1 and 2A schools. If I remember right, they're a 2 or 3A school in Florida, but they play 5, 6, 7As, and probably 5 out of 7 times they beat them big schools.
I'm interested to get into it. I don't know anything, and I'll be the first one to tell you I don't know anything about the North Florida football, but you can bet your bottom dollar come August the 3rd. I'm sorry, it is August the 3rd.
Yeah, it is.
September the 5th, I'll have a whole lot more information on you. Okay, this is the $1 million question. All right, let's talk about the SEC. Let's talk about and I've got some notes because this has been a big conversation. A gentleman from Illinois contacted me this week on our Facebook, and then he contacted us through our website, and he wanted to know what we thought about the Texas Longhorns and the Oklahoma Sooners actually coming into the SEC. And somebody else contacted us and wanted us to talk more about that. So we're going to give you exactly what you wanted. So you go off of what you want to say, and then
I'm just going to say, why would you want them to win your conference? The winner in this is Oklahoma and Texas. The loser in this is the SEC. What does Oklahoma and Texas bring in you other than tradition from 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years ago? They're not a national powerhouse no more. To say they are is like saying Florida State's elite again, and we're not. Texas can't even win their own conferences. They're coming in, they're going to start making more money, but what are they bringing? They get to say, all right, guys, y'all that wanted to leave Texas and Oklahoma to play in the SEC, you ain't got to no more. You can play right here now. So what is the SEC going to get out of it other than, hey, we got Texas and Oklahoma? I think it was a stupid move for the SEC to do that.
Okay, so during the research this week, this is kind of a twist on, we're going to have what we call twists and turns. And this is something that nobody's looking at. So let's take that back just a minute. You just said, what is Oklahoma and Texas going to bring to the SEC? They're not bringing anything. They're just going to suck up the SEC's money. The SEC is going to have to pay them to go play them. Do you know that Texas alone has more money and collects more money than all the SEC put together?
The SEC's fine.
But no. But your argument was they're not bringing anything to the SEC.
Okay, so, they're bringing a little bit of money.
They're going to a little bit
of money. But what prestige are they going to bring?
They're dividing. What they're doing is they're going to divide that money because it's a contract that they have with ESPN. I think it is. Or no.
They got the Texas Longhorn Network.
Hold on, let's see. SEC has a 10-year deal worth $300 million, and each school gets $68 million per year. The SEC splits $4 million because the Longhorns and Oklahoma both signed to come on. So They basically have to split
So they
their
don't
wealth.
get to keep the money.
So nope, they're not keeping
Okay,
their
but
money.
what athletically are they bringing to the table?
Okay, see, I'm glad you said that. Let's reach the back pocket here. I
Lord.
told you about the back pocket, didn't I? So what are they athletically bringing to the table? Who has the most national championships? Now, there was an argument this week with me. The argument was in our time, which would be the last 10 years or 15 years, or right now, which would be the last 10 years, 15 years. That's not what I'm asking. What I'm asking is, since the conception of football, college football, who has the most wins, national championships? Who has the most?
I don't know. Minnesota's got a bunch.
Not even in the top 10.
Okay. Who?
Okay. So I went through and I looked down. They're all right here. So
Texas have one.
Alabama has, let's say Georgia. Georgia has one. Florida State only has 3.
Okay.
Florida has 3. LSU has 5. Harvard has 8.
Mm-hmm.
Preston has.
Princeton.
I'm sorry?
Princeton.
No, it's Priceton.
No,
So
it's Princeton.
No, I'm telling you, I've got it right here. It's Princeton. It says it right here on this sheet, and they got all of theirs before the 19. They got all theirs before the 1940s.
Go find Princeton.
Okay, we don't have to. I got it written right here, bro.
Just because it's written don't mean they didn't.
I didn't write it.
That's what I'm saying. That's
anyway,
spell.
No, it's not. I'm telling you. So anyway,
Chris, look up Princeton University.
Priceton University. I don't even know if it's a university. It may just be regular.
See
Princeton,
what Princeton is
or where it is. Okay, so we'll continue while he does that. They have 14. Alabama only has 11.
So you're gonna go with Texas?
Oh wait, no. Yale has 16.
Okay.
National championships. Oklahoma has 7. And Texas has 3.
Okay.
So they're bringing 10 national championships into the SEC.
That's like
that. But listen. I understand the argument that everybody
my thing
has
is where's the relevance of bringing them in?
The relevance is the money.
That's it.
No,
so
because they're contenders.
So they're going to pay to go into the SEC to be Vanderbilt.
Both Oklahoma and Texas, both of them just put 165. One put 165, which is Oklahoma, 165 million into their stadium. Texas put 75 million into their stadium, and they seat over 100,000 people. The question is, okay, so when you don't want to go there and split that money, then
no, they're going to become the SEC's homecoming opponent. They're going to become Vanderbilt.
See, you think that, and I don't think so. I think they're going to come in because more, and goes back to the argument. Chris, did you find it?
There's a lot of misspellings of Princeton. There's a Princeton College of Management in Hyderabad, India.
Yeah, I don't think that was the one that won the national championship.
On their logo, it actually says Princeton College.
Yep.
There's a Princeton University rumors, but it's listed under Princeton University. There's a Princeton Drive in Monroe, North Carolina.
Oh, we'll drive down to Princeton. What is it? Come on, dude.
So it's Princeton University.
So is it Princeton or is it Princeton?
It's Princeton.
All right.
Princeton.
I think you guys are both wrong.
Okay.
Because if you look right here, don't go on your machine.
No, I'm going on my machine.
I'm going to give you the paperwork.
I don't care. I can't help it. Somebody couldn't spell.
But this is the whole right all the way down. Right here, it's NCF, whatever is National Conference Football or something. Unless is how is Princeton spelled?
Prince.
PRIN or PR what?
PRINCETON.
Price. Okay, so Princeton is Princeton.
If you misspell Princeton, yeah, it becomes Princeton.
No, if you mispronounce it, because Princeton is spelled the same way.
No, because it don't have an N in it.
So in other words, I'm a moron.
But my opinion is
So
the
anyway,
SEC isn't
Princeton
getting nothing
has
but
14.
money.
Yale has 16, and Harvard has 8. So if you want to get technical, the Ivy League is the best league in the NCAA in football.
But if we want to go all the way back, then let's put them in the playoffs every year.
But see,
I mean,
here's
what are
the
you
thing.
doing now?
That's what gets me. That's what
It's
gets
what are
me.
you doing now? Not what did you do back in 1980
see, that's what
in
gets me.
1907.
That's what gets me. Let's just cherry pick what we want to do. Let's go back 15 years. No, let's go back 5 years. Let's go back 4 years. Let's go back 90
Well, how
years.
far do you want to go back?
Well, I want to go back. If you're going to if you're going to say who has the most, then you have to go back all the way
That's
to
fine,
the inception.
but what does that got to do with what's going on the last 10 years?
No. If you're going to say who has the most national championships, you have to go to national championship titles.
That's fine.
You can't just go
I'm
in there
not
and
saying that. I'm saying what are they doing now?
Right. Well, that's a whole nother story to me.
But that's what I said. What are they doing now to be relevant? And they're not
putting
doing
out
anything.
Lawyers and things like that. That's all.
So, I mean, other than the money, there's no reason for the SEC to want them in there.
Oh, you're talking about the other two.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
Athletically, it's not making them no better.
I don't
it's
know
not giving them no more prestige.
Texas got a national championship when Young was there. Did he not? Did they not?
They got one.
Which, I mean, so look at all the other SEC teams that don't even have one.
That's fine.
But I mean,
but everybody says the SEC anyway is.
But you're going to find more people,
3 teams.
But you're going to find more people going to the SEC or going to Texas and Oklahoma. That's what I think is going to hurt the people that are really in this SEC on the East Coast here. It's the Southeastern Conference. I don't think it's the South Middle Conference, but anyway,
they're gonna have to change their name.
They're just coming out of that bracket. They're in the SWC, I think, Southern West Conference or whatever it is.
The Southwest Conference is a different conference altogether.
Okay,
I don't even know if they're around anymore.
All right, so now let's just you think about it. And I understand where you guys are coming from. I just personally think if you're going to look at what's going on, you got to look at the totality of everything that's going on, and the totality says this is it. I can't cherry pick what I want to do and what I don't want to do. But if you bring in Texas and you bring in Oklahoma, I really think that the SEC benefits. They get national support, they get on national TV because now Texas already has a 10-year agreement with them.
But the SEC's going to be on. The SEC's going to be there anyway.
But they also have the Longhorn Network, which they paid something like $3 million for.
I just don't see. I mean, okay, we can go with money. They're bringing money in.
But we got the SEC Network. The Longhorns have their own.
Okay.
It's all about money.
Are they going to get to keep their own?
Yeah. Why not?
So they get to eat their cake and eat it too.
Why not?
Okay. Well, I mean, if y'all are good with that, then go ahead.
I don't know who y'all are, but I mean
the SEC.
The SEC is. I think they're fine. And let's just take this other rumor out of here that Clemson and Florida State were saying that they wanted to come to the SEC. That is, I actually called somebody on this today. That is absolutely not true.
Florida State can't anyway because we're locked in the ACC for several more years.
But Dabo said it ain't happening. We don't want it. So there's no truth to that one at all.
Okay, so that's like going up on somebody and say, "Hey, I hear you're divorcing your wife."
Yep.
Okay, and Mama T, there you go.
But see, the whole thing is,
do you expect him to say, "Hell yeah, I'm jumping ship"?
Well, no, because let's look at Texas and Oklahoma and kept this a secret for 2 years.
Yeah, so I mean, nobody's going to admit to it.
They're not going to admit to it, but I just think Dabo Swinney is. I mean, personally, I've talked to him personally. I've met him. I've been with him. He is not that kind of guy. He is not going to lie right to your face and then turn around. He's not a Nick Saban, bro. I'm sorry.
But you expect him to just come, yep, Roger, because you asked me, I'm going to admit, yep.
No, but I do think that he would say, I can't answer that question right now. Just as everybody else has. He's being straight up front with it.
What you think?
He's right. See? I'm right again. We can shut the show down.
That's the first time on this show.
See, we got even people in the audience that says I'm right. So, see, you need to close your eyes.
Well, yeah, but they're going back wash dishes, so they don't know no better.
All right, so
next.
All right, so let's just touch real quick on high school basketball. What's his name? J.D. Lippert.
I don't know. You wrote it.
I know Lippert. I
You
think
can't even read your own right.
No, evidently I can't do Princeton. I mean, it's Princeton to me. So anyway, so the coach. Everybody's seen this. This happened a month or so ago. And my opinion, I have to throw it out on this. I think the coach should be
You got to tell us what he did.
completely expelled. Well, after the game, he went over and started throwing slur words, and he told him to get there and get out of his gym. And he said, "You don't treat people like that." And then he said, "You can go off."
He told who that?
The other coach and the other players, the opposite. And then they started throwing tortillas at him. The other players.
Mm-hmm.
The other team was actually a team full of Hispanics.
Okay.
So they stood behind them, yelling and screaming, throwing tortillas at them. So
the Hispanic team.
The white
other team was
the
throwing
white
it
team
at the
was,
Hispanic team.
Yes.
Okay.
As a gesture of
I think we get that.
So
white coach.
Yes.
Okay.
And he was fired, and I don't know. I haven't seen whether he's been banned or whether.
Am I supposed to cry for him?
No, I'm asking you. What do you think?
I think if he got fired, he deserved it.
What do you think he should lose his certificate for it?
Yeah.
So
because is that who you want representing your school and teaching your kids?
I mean, not one bit.
No. Whatever happened to him should have happened.
And I agree. And there's a lot of people that think that maybe he shouldn't have gone that route. So the NHL, we'll touch on that real quick. Evander Keynes.
I don't know. There we go with Preston again.
So no, this is hilarious, dude. So him and his wife are getting a divorce. So his wife starts ratting him out, and he evidently was gambling on his team and then throwing the games.
That's her allegations.
That's her allegations, and they're looking it up. But why would she come out and say that if he really wasn't doing it?
Has she got a sister?
Maybe.
There you go. Best friend,
Yeah, but he was actually overseas partying or something, and his wife filed all this paperwork with the NHL and the divorce and all that stuff. I thought, how stupid can you be? That's our stupid people of the day right there. All right, let's look at okay, here we go. Here's the big one. So this week, Friday, we're going to Jacksonville.
Yep.
We're going to do a day with the Jaguars. We're going to be on the field. And just so everybody knows that Marcus Rogers, we have graciously asked Marcus. And
big Jaguars fan.
Big Jaguar fan. And he accepted. He helped us out on the show a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've asked Marcus and his wife to be our guests. And the Jaguars have said that they would be glad to have all of us come over there and have them come over too. So we're actually going to have a dinner or a lunch or something. And Mr. Bumgardner is going to take us around the facility, show us our seats and all that stuff. And then we're going to go out to the practice and watch the final practice of the week actually they're going to practice Saturday too, but we're actually going to go and hang out there on Friday morning.
I understand there's food involved.
There's food involved. He always said, "I'm going if there's food involved,"
and I'm going.
He'll have to see exactly what the what a real team looks like. But have you ever been to something like this?
Yeah. I went to the game.
No, I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about practice. Have you been to?
No.
Okay,
no.
It's pretty cool. You'll get starstruck because they all come up to you and they all will talk to you and all. But just on that note, Mr. Bumgardner, who is with the Jaguars, he is actually going to come on our show within the next couple of weeks before the actual kickoff of the regular season. He's going to let us know everything that's going on with the Jaguars. He's going to give us some of the insights, some of the things that are happening, and he is a really cool guy. He is. So you think I'm high motivated? When I get this guy on the phone, I have to calm down because he's so.
I'm just looking up the date. You're talking about who's coming on the show.
Yeah.
August 31st. We are still planning. Lindsey Scott and I talked the other night, and he is still planning on coming on.
Okay, good.
So That will be
I don't want to see him.
That will be a
I don't
show
want
for
him
the
to come on.
Bulldogs.
If you guys don't understand why I don't want him to come on, you need to look him up.
Run, Lindsey, run.
Run, Lindsey,
Mama
run.
June's.
That's in my head all the time. Run, Lindsey, run. That's all I heard for the next 3 years was run, Lindsey, run. So yeah, that should be a great conversation between me.
He's going to fill us in on what's going on with the Dogs.
Oh, that's good because he's actually going up there, ain't he?
Yeah, he's supposed to be going up that weekend before.
Oh, that'll be cool.
So,
I've reached out to some of the other players. We got some of them coming on. But anyway, back to the NFL. The Washington football team, they were fined $10 million last month.
Rightfully so.
And rightfully so. And I completely agree. We agree on something. Hot diggity dog.
Well, on that sort of situation,
yeah, because you know what? I don't care what anybody does. They were accused of sexual harassment.
I think they was just accused. They was found guilty.
They was found guilty of sexual
I mean, when
harassment.
you're the owner of the team and you got to give it up and hand total control over to your wife.
Well, and then what they were doing though is there was people that were working for him that were mocking the women as they're walking up the stairs, looking up the skirts.
That they were told to dress provocatively.
Yeah,
from what I understand.
Yeah, they were told that they need to put on lower cut shirts and shorter dresses. You know, that I think that kind of stuff should be banned from even coming on the field.
People's been banned for less.
Yeah, they have. So we also have the depth charts for each of the teams, like Jacksonville, Atlanta, Miami, and Tampa. But did you heard about Carson Wentz
getting hurt, getting out of his car, walking to the practice field? It's not funny, but I mean, it is because how do you? I mean,
come on,
look,
man.
all of us have gotten out the car and tripped and fell.
Yeah,
or got to a step and tripped and fell.
Well,
so I feel bad for him. I mean, it has just thrown them for a loop.
That's just it.
I mean, their whole season is remaining.
Who was it when he got traded over there? Somebody said if he can stay healthy, he has not been healthy for a whole season.
Yeah,
and they were picked. Everybody was picking them to win the AFC.
It might be changed now.
And they're saying they're scrambling right now, bro. They're just
they're trying to find anybody they can.
Yeah,
man.
because they're
maybe they'll take Matt Ryan in his contract.
Well, what they said, no, but they're not. They said they weren't going to go outside. They were not going to go outside. They're actually going to stay with the guys they have in house right now.
Who do they have in house?
That's a good question. And I don't know, to be honest with you. I can't tell you.
It's not no either. Well, you said you got. Oh, that's the depth part.
Okay,
for us.
Let's ask this question now. You're not going to hear this from me very often, so I'm only going to say it once. I might have been wrong.
Get this on loop back.
I might have been wrong. Maybe. From what everybody's saying about Justin Fields and actual practice up in Chicago is that he's in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
And he is evidently killing it. They're saying that he's picked the offense up quicker than they anticipated. He's running the plays, and he's got everybody's attention way quicker than they anticipated. So now it's one of those, is he actually going to take that to the field? And being he's in practice, is he going to be able to do that on the field?
We'll find out.
So I hate to say that because I didn't like the way he handled his career in football, in college, I mean. So I just hate to say that he's doing what he's doing, but that's what I'm hearing. So,
well, we'll see what happens with him up in Chicago.
Well, let's also look at. You got anything else?
You know, I do. I got Devontae Freeman signs with the Saints. You know, former FSU, Atlanta Falcon running back.
Yep.
Says he has been a lifelong Saints fan. Just days after posting a picture of him in a Falcons uniform. But now he is a lifelong. I guess a 1-year contract to do that to you. But
well, how much money are you gonna give me to say I was lifelong?
Where was you a lifelong Saints fan whenever you was with the Falcons?
He wasn't winning. That's what it was.
Well, no, he did. They went to, you remember, 28-3.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
But and you heard about Julio.
No, what happened with Julio?
Julio fell at practice and he's out indefinitely.
What? So there's another one that tripped getting out of the car.
Plus, he may have more major concerns. Him and Roddy White are being accused of money laundering fraud with their cannabis company.
That's right. We touched on that last week. You're right. I haven't heard anything else about that.
No,
So
me neither.
you know what? Falcons fans are going to sit back and say, "Okay, he deserves it," and we see he was no good. That's why. But here's the question I have: how did he stay so hidden behind the scenes in Atlanta and none of this stuff came up? Who was?
Because he stayed hid.
But that's what I'm saying. So who was keeping him squashed? Tennessee needs to come back and pick them up.
Oh, they're gonna keep him. I mean, there's nothing they're gonna do to him. They get too much money, too much invested in him. Is he a heck of a player? Yes, when he's healthy.
Yeah.
But I can't pay $12 million, $14 million a year to somebody that plays half a season.
How much guarantee did he get no matter what?
He pretty much, I think, got all of it pretty much.
So
Because, 2 years in a row, he went and said, I want to be the highest paid receiver. They made him. And then after that, someone else got it. And he went back to him the next year and said, hey, I want to be the highest paid receiver.
And that's why they didn't let him have it.
I wasn't upset he left.
Well, and so the question is, now Tennessee is actually paying him to sit on the sidelines. Now, it definitely could be just till the end of training camp.
It could be. They didn't act like it was serious from what all reports. But I just thought it was funny that here he is hurt again and the season ain't started.
And
I hope he's fine.
Right.
But it's just, ironic that here he is already.
It's interesting, those people that want all that money, they get all that money, and then all of a sudden, oh, I'm hurt. I don't know exactly what, but something's hurting here. I need to sit out for it. So, or is it he's going to sit out. He wants to sit out so he doesn't injure himself because he knows he's making the team. So why should he be out there doing all this stuff?
Well, that's one thing a player up in Atlanta said too, talking about the new coaching situation up there. He said, we ain't a team with slogans no more. No more rise up. We're here to play ball. And actually, some of them are sort of criticizing the coach because one thing we did in high school a lot, if you jumped off sides, you ran.
Yeah.
Guess what they're doing in Atlanta right now? If you jump off sides, you run. And they're saying it's high schoolish. Why is it high schoolish?
That's called getting back to the basics.
Exactly. They ain't been to the basics since Mike Smith was the head coach. When Mike Smith was there, same thing. They were one of the least penalized team. Dan Quinn got there, and that's what this one particular player said. He said some of them just got to do whatever they wanted to do. They didn't want to practice. They just didn't practice.
And it looks like that's what Julio's doing.
And that's what happened the last several years up there. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens.
Well, I think Atlanta's going to come back around, and I think they're going to be a better team because they're going to be better disciplined.
Because I'm going to tell you, it wouldn't take one time of jumping off sides, and they got to run right then. There ain't no after practice. You jump off sides right then, they're making them run. In fact, they made the whole team, the whole offense run the other day.
Really?
Yep.
You know what?
So whatever it takes to get them back,
get back to the basics. And if they do the basics, then they're going to understand that they need to do this or this. And you know what? There's nothing that triggers the mind more than having to run. Because I'm going to tell you right now.
Unless it's to the supper table.
That's what I'm saying. If I had to run, bro, my mind shut down. That's okay. I won't ever do that again. So it's one of those things that you're kind of at a loss.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I mean, we had to in high school.
Well, you know what? And people are going to say, well, that was high school. Well, you know what? Sometimes Sometimes you got to get back to the basics.
Yeah.
And if you get back to the basics,
they need to get back learning how to tackle in the NFL instead of just trying to knock somebody down and not wrap up. But
true. So okay.
Next.
All right. let's go. Just switch over to the Olympics real quick. We're ahead. I don't have the Olympic count with me, but we're actually ahead. China has more golds than we actually have. Do you have the?
I don't think that
Either one of them are paying attention.
if I
back
had
there.
a camera right now, I would flip it around and y'all would see why we can't get nothing on the show because
our techs are eating.
Yes,
see
they
this
are.
this meal, at Mama June's. I'm telling you, you see it sitting here. They got plates back there, and the plates are almost empty. All right, Chris.
They got grease all over the keyboards.
Put your plate around here so people can see it. They think we're kidding. Just toss it around here. Look, he's almost got it gone. That's
Aiden's got a whole platter of wings.
Oh my goodness!
But eat up, boy, eat up. Then you ain't got to eat my food at the house.
Hey, can somebody get my piece of coffee or something? Just eat that last bit.
Hey, Tyler,
can I get my piece of coffee?
He wants
please?
his piece of coffee, please.
Thank you, sir. Just a piece. He doesn't know.
But
he
anyways,
doesn't understand. So anyway, back to the Olympics. Okay, we were asking, can we get some help?
Can we get some help on the medal count?
Can we get some help over here? We need some medal counts on the Olympics, please.
It ain't just Chris. Look at his daughter going too.
Yeah, everybody's.
She done got into the ice cream.
Aiden doesn't look back behind him to get some napkins to clean off his fingers and his face. My goodness.
So let's move on until they get the medal count.
All right, while they're looking up the medal count.
Simone Biles is feeling better. She won bronze.
She won bronze today. But my question is, and you posted online. By the way, you can go to our Facebook at thearmchairsports.com and go to any of our
you talking about what's pages. Coming in the Winter Olympics?
No. And then, what's coming in the Winter Olympics. That was hilarious, dude. But the bikini shorts.
Yeah, that touched the nerve with some people.
That touched the nerve with me and Mama T. Because,
but I don't think you understood what I was saying.
I understood what you were saying, and I don't think you understood what we were saying. We were saying if they have, and let's do the background on it. So,
and we touched on it last week.
And so the background is that in the Olympics, the handball team has to wear bikini shorts. They don't have a choice because it was specifically said they wanted them to look sexy to bring more of a draw to them. So I personally think that is offensive. Not only because I have two girls, and if anybody treated my two girls that way, which are grown women now, I would be really upset because if they had a choice, that's totally different. But these women don't even have a choice on what they wear. When you have guys, they have a choice whether they want to walk in the parade with no clothes on and oil all over them.
It should be a choice, and if the girls want to wear it, that's on them.
Right.
My thing on it is until Mama T said so the other night, where some of the whatever the professional leagues, whatever you want to call them,
right.
The volleyball association says no, you have to wear this. Well, that's fine if you're playing in that league, but my thing is, why don't the Olympics say, hey, look, that's for y'all. For us, they can wear what they want.
But see, that's the problem. They didn't, and that is the Olympic Association that covers that handball league.
Well, it should be, if you're doing it for the Olympics, I don't care what y'all say. They're doing this for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
I don't think they should have to follow the same rules as the Professional Volleyball Association.
And I agree with you. I also think that they should have a choice whether they want to wear those bikinis or not. I don't see any reason they can't wear board shorts.
No, I don't either.
See and them.
I mean, let's just be real. It's not for guys. It's going to get the viewers again.
Every once in a while, I'm just not big on that, though.
It's not going to be a guaranteed thing to where I've just got to watch it because of that.
Right, and that's the thing. All right, how do you say this professionally? You don't, because we're totally open on this show. That's a pervert that's going to sit there, and the only reason he watches is because they have the shorts on, and they got the short shorts, and it goes up their rear end.
Perverts of both sexes, or
I understand
all sexes.
that, but I'm using this as a particular example because that to me is totally uncalled for. And the only it's the truth. Well, look, it's the thing Donald Trump said.
Oh, grab them.
Yeah. Do whatever you want to do, but we're not going to touch on politics. We're not going on politics. I should have brought that up. My bad. So my whole question is, where is the limit on what they can tell these women what to wear and what they can't wear? That needs to be changed.
When the name people stand up and say that's enough, it's going to have to be somebody with a huge name. It ain't going to be the guy or the girl that barely made the team that doesn't play. It's going to be the main stars.
Yeah.
Nothing happened in the NFL until the first team players, first rate players, stood up to say something.
Right.
It wasn't the kicker, the backup kicker.
It wasn't just coffee. Oh, look here. Here's my piece of coffee. Don't you? You didn't even put no creamer in my coffee. Wait a minute. No, what's your name?
My name's Tyler.
Your name's what?
Tyler Santana.
My name's Tyler Santana. So Tyler's the one who set our plates for us. Is the buffet, but y'all fixing to close, right? Y'all got about 10 more minutes. So we need to hurry.
Better hurry up.
Appreciate it, Tyler. I appreciate it.
Get out of here. I'm start running y'all out.
Oh, he's going to run us up out of here. We're in trouble now. Tyler, now look, he wants to stay on the set too. He doesn't want to leave. He's like, oh, I'm good in front of
I'm
the
just
camera.
standing here.
I'm just going to stand here.
Is that my right side or do I need to turn?
Check my finger,
See, there you go.
Oh, jeez. We ain't calling. We don't want Tyler back no more. He's taking our airtime. Thank you, Tyler.
But
Appreciate it, man.
Until the superstars step up and say bye,
Yeah.
then it's not going to change, unfortunately.
What you got, Chris?
That's the medal count. The medal count.
He was too busy eating.
Yeah, the Olympic medal count.
Oh, he thought
He was thinking medal poles.
He's thinking ACDC and Leonard Skinner and all that. Oh, they were at Wild Adventures out here this past
ZZ
weekend.
Top.
Was it ZZ Top?
Yeah, ZZ Top.
Yeah.
I heard it was a heck of a show.
Well, they also their bass player passed away last week too. So right before this show. Go ahead.
For the United States, that's 24 gold, 28 silver, 21 bronze.
Who's leading?
China at 32 gold.
Yeah, but what's the overall? It should be an
who's
overall.
leading?
That's why he's an IT guy. He doesn't even
He's
know
like,
what
what's the
overall
Olympics?
means.
About sports.
What's the
That's all right.
Olympics?
He don't.
I said Princeton rather than Princeton, so I can't say anything.
But anyway,
He'll get back
So,
with us when he finds
we'll
it.
circle back to that when he finds out who's got the most medals.
No, nothing good over there. He
Okay,
can't find out who
moving
has
on.
the most. So the other thing is, I actually have
Are you talking
inside
about the-
source that says
The Olympic medals. The
Yeah.
Olympic medal count.
Yeah, the total.
the total for each.
China has the most.
No, the United States has the most. China has. Is
Yeah,
second.
United States has 73 altogether medals, and China has 69 altogether medals.
And what's the next down?
That would be
It's actually pretty close between them two.
ROC.
Yeah, it's
That's the Russian Olympic
Russian
Committee.
Olympic.
Oh,
Committee.
okay. Yeah.
Because somebody wrote ROS last week and couldn't figure out what the S was
Mama
for.
T figured this out though. She set it straight. So yeah, no, okay. So you got anything else?
The Hawks signed Trae Young.
Duh, that was a no-brainer.
It was a let's see. It was for 5 more years at 168 million, with the potential to go up to 207 million if he makes one of 3 All NBA teams. DeMarcus DeRozan goes to the Bulls for 3 and 85 million. Stephen Curry,
Stephen Curry.
Stephon.
Yeah.
Well, who's his brother? Ain't he got a brother
Steven.
that plays? That's why I said
He plays
Steven.
for who? Who is that?
The Warriors.
No, that's Stephen Curry.
One of the Currys signed for 4 years, $215 million extension. 76ers signed Andre Drummond, which is going to be interesting because, he doesn't get along with the current player.
Yep.
CP3 signs with the Suns for 4 years, $120 million extension.
Who, Chris Paul?
Yeah.
He signed with who?
The Suns. Re-signed with the
He
Suns.
re-signed with him. Yeah, because
Yep.
somebody was saying he was going to go to the 76ers also.
Yeah, but
that
they
was-
agreed.
They agreed.
They agreed they wasn't
he
going to
wasn't
sign
gonna
him, and
sign
he
him.
wasn't playing. Carmelo Anthony and Dwight Howard have signed on with the Lakers to create another superstar team that I hope flops.
Oh my goodness! So now they have Carmelo Anthony and
Dwight Howard,
LeBron, and Unibrow.
and I think
Davis,
they're supposed
Anthony
to be signing.
Davis.
Yeah, but I think they're also supposed to be signing one of the ball kids, ain't they?
But
Lamangelo,
no, it's
Arangelo,
Lorenzo or whatever.
Lorenzo,
Yeah,
whoever.
Lorenzo Ball. So my thing is though, did they not get the memo?
Which one?
The Nets got all them superstars, and they didn't even get past the first round of the damn playoffs.
Well, they've done that with LeBron the last couple of years.
Exactly. So that's my whole point. Did they not get the memo?
I mean, I like it better when teams just build from within and quit signing all these superstar players because it usually doesn't work out. Look at the Yankees a few years back. They had an all-star at every single position. And that was it.
Look at the NBA Finals this year.
Yeah.
Two teams that never been there before.
Yeah.
And they had one star pretty much on each team.
Well, and the last,
Booker
the semifinals, the four teams didn't have anybody that had played.
Yeah.
So that's what I like to watch.
Exactly. That's the way it should be. But what's happening in the NBA, it's all you're talking for 4 years. That means you're getting $100 million
They're looking
a year.
at.
It's gotten ridiculous because it's all about the money now. It's not about the basketball.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about the football. Aaron Rodgers is in practice. He came to the podium.
Is he practicing?
He's practicing.
Okay.
He came to the podium, and he stood in the podium and said, this whole thing is exactly what I was telling you about a month ago. It's all about him having control. Not total.
That's okay. Michael Jordan wanted control too, and he's got it and ain't done nothing.
Yeah, well, no, he's got control.
He's got control,
and he does.
But he ain't doing nothing.
His brand is perfect. The Jordan
You're talking
shoes,
about
the Jordan,
but that's
everything.
not got nothing to do with them.
That has to
Hornets.
do with him. Well, it's got nothing to do with the Hornets, right? But he went from the Wizards to the Hornets, and he's still the same place he was. But
or Bobcats or whatever they are now.
They might as well be. So
Well, go ahead, because I'm full. Because I ate earlier.
I want to take, just so you guys know that this is real food.
Is that all we got?
No, there's food. Yeah,
what is there more?
Oh,
They probably don't want to watch us eat. So, what time is it, folks? It is 7:55. Well, you got 5 minutes to go.
We're good.
We're good.
I need to go eat.
Nothing else about Simone or nothing else?
Because Simone is doing her thing, and I don't agree with what's happening, but that's just my opinion.
Is she damaged goods?
No, because you can't really say that mentally. I just don't think she's mentally all there.
I still think it was a misuse of words. Yeah, you can take that. I just wish they had come out and said, look, she's mentally drained and physically drained. I like that a whole lot better than she's mentally ill. Because mentally ill, you don't need to ever have a gun.
Yeah, that's true. So,
mentally drained is you're just physically wore out.
She had so much on her shoulders, but you know what? You put yourself in those positions. She put herself in that position.
Yeah.
She was getting stuff and having on her units already. She was the GOAT. So
I don't have a problem with her sitting out. I think she should just pull it out of all of it and been through with.
Yeah.
But anyway,
all right,
that's
so
me
that's
sitting here
Look,
at Mama June's.
Yeah, we're here at Mama June's with the food. Come and get it. One other thing is, keep looking for us. We got several people coming on. We're going to be on TV 44 at Tallahassee, or TV 40, not 44, out of Tallahassee.
Channel 40.
Channel 40. Channel 40. I said not 44. I said 40.
Okay.
But hey, one other thing I want to say is this virus is kicking everybody's rear end. So all I'd ask you guys, I don't care whether you've had the shot or you haven't had the shot.
Thought we weren't going to do this.
I'm going to do it.
It is politics.
I'm going to do it. No, it's not. I don't care whether you had the
is.
shots or not. All I'm going to ask you to do is this.
What? You can do that. And why don't you do that the whole show? Good night, folks. We'll see you next Tuesday.